Hello, EagleSong Gardener here. Today I'm in the kitchen and I am working with the buds of the black cottonwood. Here you can see these glistening, resinous, rich smelling, wonderful buds. It's late February, mid-February here in the Northwest, and the buds are ready to harvest. So we've been out in the last week or two and we've been collecting the buds mostly from wind-blown tree branches that have hit the ground, and now they're easy access, you can reach them. We also pick from other small low branches on other trees that are bigger. So harvesting the buds is a lot of fun. You get outside, it's oftentimes a nice bright sunny day after a big wind, and that's a great time to get out and enjoy nature while you're harvesting these buds. This is the Populus, balsamifera, subspecies trichocarpa, and so that's the black cottonwood. You can tell if you have the right cottonwood buds, regardless of the specifics, if they have a scent that is richly resinous and warming. It just makes you feel good. It's an amazing scent. In the springtime, all of the river valleys around the northern latitudes, really, and all across Canada and the United States. Oh, I've been to Iceland harvesting these buds, and actually the springtime scent in the air is stupendous. It's just the most wonderful aromatic quality that's exuded from the trees during the spring. Usually around the spring equinox, they pop the outside of the bud. This part right here is popped off, the casing, and that actually lets the leaves, which are what's inside of this bud, these are leaf buds, they unfurl at the time of the equinox. All right, so we have the buds. Today we're making an extract with alcohol. So the menstruum is 100 proof vodka, which is 50% alcohol. Because of the resin, we want the 50% alcohol, a little higher alcohol than other vodkas. All right, so it's a very simple process. All you need is a jar with a tight-fitting lid and your alcohol. And so we're going to put the buds half full. This is a really, what's the word? It's hard to find the right word. The medicine in the plant, the resin in the plant is strong. And so I use only half full the jar, even though this is a fresh plant material. I'm just filling the jar half full and pushing down so that there's not so much air, but they're buds, there's going to be air. Okay, so that is the first step. The second step is you fill the jar with the alcohol. And that then brings us to putting on the tight-fitting lid. This is important. This is going to be in here for at least a year. You can use it before that, but I like to leave the buds in the menstruum, in the vodka, for about a year, and it changes. You can actually do great and interesting experiments, which I highly recommend. Try it after 6 weeks, try it after 6 months, try it after a year, and make notes. Help yourself learn about herbs by actually getting in there and playing with them. All right, so that's the first step. Okay, so now we've passed through our year waiting period, and I have a couple jars here of this is actually the tincture that we made in the early part of February. So this one's not nearly ready, but you can see all that resin at the bottom of the jar. Really wonderful. This one is one that I actually harvested the buds at the top of the Cascade Mountains on a pass a couple years ago, so we've got 2 years in this one. Very, very different scent, And you can see you want to always label. We have bog, that's, I don't know, you can see that, balm of Gilead, not really. So 50% harvest on 4/2/16, so that's April. When you go into the higher altitudes, you can actually, the season comes on later, so you can actually harvest, you can get a long harvest by going up the mountains. And these are just the buds. Oh, smells so good. All right, so we are going to extract, or not extract, just we're going to dump this into, this is about a 12-ounce bottle. I have a measuring cup here. I'm just going to turn it into this straining sack. Get the idea of it here. Now that my hands are all messy, I'm not going to be able to tilt the camera, but you get it. So then we just hand squeeze out. We no longer have stickiness. The alcohol has dissolved the resin into the liquid. Of course, with 50% alcohol and 50% water, you're going to get water extracted parts and the alcohol extracted parts out of these buds. All right, so that's squeezed out, and this is the beautiful amber, and that's really what this scent reminds me of, amber, tincture that we now have available to use. How would you use this? Well, it's a low drop, small drop dosage, just a little bit at a time, like 1 to 5 drops. And then start there and see how that works for you, and then work up. Anything in the chest region, cough, helps to soothe and relax the chest, helps the digestion. It's a bitter herb, so the digestion, because of the salicin in it, the salicylic acid, it's going to relieve pain and reduce inflammation. So even topically it can be used. It's great as a gargle or a mouthwash. So that's the ways that I would use it here at Ravencroft. And then I'm just going to pour this back into this bottle right now. And it's really important to remember to date. This will be transferred to a smaller bottle because we don't want the air in here. And so we'll get another bottle. But you really want to remember what you've done. The best way to do that is to put on a label. And so we have a label here for the tincture that was just prepared. And it's cottonwood buds, 50%, cottonwood bud extract, 50%, so we know it's an alcohol extract. Populus, balsamifera, put the botanical name, and then the date, 2/22/21 is the date that this was set to begin the preparation. When I finish, I will put the date that we pressed it as well as the date that we started it, and I like to put where the herb was harvested. And so we actually have a poplar in our garden, a cottonwood right now that we're going to coppice. And so that's the first one we grew here. Well, we used to have one, in fact, the way I really got into this medicine was we had a over 100-foot tall poplar in the east hedge here at Ravencroft, which had to come down due to some construction. And so that tree was a huge mentor for me. Anyway, I hope you get out and learn more about the herbs and the plants in your area that you can use in your daily life. Keeping herbs in people's hearts, hands, and homes is what I really love to do. These are really great allies all around us, everywhere. No matter where you live, you're going to find plants around you that can support your well-being. And so I look forward to hearing about your adventures and hope that you leave some messages here. Or if you have any questions, be sure to ask them down below here. And if you'd like to subscribe, we'll let you know when we put up new posts and new videos. So this is EagleSong Gardener signing off from Ravencroft Garden, keeping herbs in people's hearts, hands, and homes.